Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kristen Jepson Groves. I am a guest choreographer for Wasatch Contemporary Dance Company this season. WCDC commissioned an expansion of my work, 2-to-1, which you are about to see. I am a dancer and a choreographer, but also a military spouse, and 2-to-1 is a compilation of 3 military couples' life experiences. Some unique elements about this work is that the entire work was set long distance, and I mean very long distance. My husband and I are stationed in northern Italy in Vicenza, and I am Skyping to you from our home. We have been here since 2011. When WCDC asked me to set this work, I was planning on being in Utah, but as things go in the armed forces, my schedule changed. My husband's deployment to Afghanistan was shortened, and I returned to meet him in Vicenza in December 2012. So, what to do about setting a piece? WCDC and I decided to set the work through video, Skype, email, and YouTube. And it is through these digital means that we have created the work. So, from January to March, we had rehearsals every Thursday evening, which is my Friday morning. I would record basic instructions of spacing, entrances and exits, and facings. And I would also send weekly videos of movement phrases from a gym or from my kitchen, basically any place where I could dance and record movement. Then the dancers did their homework, and every Thursday they would learn the movement and orient themselves in the studio. They would record their progress and send a video back. One of the most fun challenges we pursued was complex partnering work. Along with the videos of set choreography, I also gave the dancers a set of specific instructions for improvisational work. They sent me about 10 minutes of improvised partnering work, and from that 10 minutes I scoured the videos and selected specific seconds of movement that I wanted them to recreate. It was a very tedious process for everyone involved. And I think I can speak for the dancers when I say that dance on paper and dance on film is nothing like actual dance. So, as you watch this piece, I hope that you appreciate not only the stories of military families, but the way in which the piece was created. Because all military families do some portion of their lives this way. They Skype in for Christmas, they might email disciplinary measures for children, or they share an anniversary meal over the phone. They are trying to connect and live their lives through a digital space. And even if it is hard to communicate or to understand the other person at times, something beautiful can still be created. Enjoy the show.
Hi, I'm Mark, and I am a soldier in the Army. I'm a combat medic.
And I'm Cherie, his wife, and the mother of his baby.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Kristen.
And I'm an officer in the U.S. Army Infantry.
He leads ground troops into battle.
Hi, I'm Frederick. I'm a Sergeant First Class in the United States Army.
And I am Trudy, his wife.
We have been in the Army now for 19 and a half years, going on 20 years. We met in the Army.
I did the same thing as Frederick did, a petroleum supply specialist.
The mission of the infantry is to close with and destroy the enemy.
Trained how to treat their buddies who are injured on the battlefield.
There's JP8,
Yeah,
MoGas.
Diesel.
We shoot, move, and communicate.
Through whatever injury may happen, whether through an explosion or gunshots. When a wound happens, it's the guy that's sitting next to them that will be able to give the best medical treatment.
Do the right thing means choosing the hard right over the easy wrong.
I've learned from Jake there are reasons to fight. Lots of good reasons to fight, even when it isn't beautiful.
I've done 3 deployments, 2 to Iraq and 1 to Afghanistan. A 12, a 15, and a 12-month deployment.
Then we found out in December, that's when we discovered that you were pregnant.
Yep.
I left for Afghanistan.
He basically missed all the morning sickness. And I had to call friends and stay at their house so that I could be nursed back to health.
I remember one time where we were just sitting there on the phone, just breathing. And I was like, this is ridiculous. I don't want to just sit there and breathe, tell me something. And he's like, there really isn't anything to say. And I didn't feel like I had anything to say either. So we decided to call those the I love you phone calls.
Jacob is very good at surprising me, even when he's across the world. One of my favorite memories was when he was in a training program. I was in Washington, D.C. working at the time, and I got this card and this beautiful bouquet of flowers with a note that said this: Kristen, Jake wanted me to get these to you sooner, but I forgot. Tim.
It may be that one of the benefits of being an infantryman is learning how to properly apply the element of surprise.
In the middle of the night, I called several times on Skype. He finally answered and told him I was in labor, and we went to the hospital.
Turned on the computer,
And he was right next to me, virtually holding my hand. And he watched Molly's birth.
from the Hindu Kush.
Right after he returned home from Afghanistan, I was waiting for him in an office, and I just happened to be in the room where they had all the plaques of the men who had fallen in this last deployment where Jacob was. And yeah, it was just really humbling and very solemn. And Jake joined me a few minutes later, and we just stood in silence and looked at all these photos, and I was really touched by the sacrifice that these men gave their lives, a really important cause, and for things that they truly believed in.
Every time I deployed, I always got a special note. Found it somewhere in my gear, somewhere when I would open it up, or my rucksack, my Gore-Tex. I would find a little note from the kids, or a toy. Miles, with my youngest son, he would always send me with these crazy things, a little Lego toy or a little Star Wars figure, and I would always find it. And every time I would bring it back home, I was like, "Did you bring back my special toy?" I'm like, "Yes, I brought it back."
In Colorado, it was the ladies at church. I became very close with two of them whose husbands were also deployed. It was a good thing because we all had that in common. We remained friends. We were still good friends. And then in Virginia, I would say it was more leaning on the FRG. There was a group of us that really supported one another. I mean, if somebody was down, they knew that they could call, and we would be there. We planned holidays together, kids' birthdays.
I talk a lot with my family when Jake's gone. Talking with my mom has been a really great support. We laugh and we share everyday stuff that's going on. And
Here in Italy, we just have each other here. The only option we have is to be around our Army community, and it's a huge blessing because we all know what each other's going through, and most people don't know what it's like to be a military spouse.
so many other women who are in the same place, so many other women who've gone through much longer deployments and much more, I'd say, difficult separation situations.
I think military families, we're just like any other families. You know, we just try and maintain what we can.
We just have to keep living our lives, and as if
Absolutely.
Dad was home.
Absolutely.
I just say that we've learned not to take things for granted. We've been apart for so long that when we are together, we try to make the most of it. Being deployed, you can't get that time back.
I think I don't remember the struggles and the sacrifices that we made until I hear patriotic songs like Proud to be an American. That's when I think pride fills my heart. And I'm always very tearful because I'm so proud of Frederick for being in the military.
I love it. I mean, I love being a soldier. It's been something that I could, be proud of, what I've done in this country.
I'm also very proud that our daughter, Ayana, has decided to join the Air Force, and she's actually swearing in tomorrow.